Hi there, this is Dr. Embody, and today we're going to take a look at Project 10, which is a card game. And what you're really doing here, and one of the things that confuses students about card games, is that you are not building an artificial intelligence system to build a game. You're just building something that will check the moves that you have. And so let's take a look at that idea. Now, one of the things in the project is we give you a link, and this is a online site that has lots of card games. And this one is called Alaska, and it starts out by dealing the cards, and these and so then now the next thing you need to think about is what's some of the terminology that you have. Well, yeah, for those of you who have played solitaire before, we have an area over here, and this is called the foundation. And this is where we stack cards up, aces, and then on top of that are 2, 3, 4, and so on. And the rest of this thing here is called the tableau. That's just terminology for solitaire games. And so there are various moves that you can make. What's different about this, if you happen to be a solitaire player, is that in this game you match the suits. So for example, here I have a queen of spades, and I can move a jack of spades on top of that. And so let's do that. So that's a valid move, and now what our game does is you will specify, I want to move these cards from this column of the tableau to that column, and you will check to see whether that's a valid move. And one of the components of the valid move, of course, is that these be the same suit, and that they are off by one. So for example, if there was a 3 of spades here, I could move that there. Now, however, what's different, if you happen to be a player, is that I can go up or down. So for example, here I have a 4 of hearts, here I have a 5 of hearts. Normally we would think, I can place a 4 on a 5, but in this game I can also do the reverse. So it is perfectly legal for me to move a 5 on top of a 4. So same suit, they differ in rank by 1. And so all you do is have to adhere to those rules. And let's see if I can get an ace here to move. It doesn't look like I have a valid move to move an ace. All right. Well then let's take a look at a couple of other things here. All right, I'm going to move the 6 to the 7 here. They're both of clubs. And notice that when I move that, that next visible card there will get flipped up. You have to account for that. So I can move the 3 over to there. And I can keep going and playing on there. By the way, if you want to know a strategy, the strategy is to get things out as much as you uncover as many of these flipped over cards as you can. Now notice here I have an empty space. All right. Well, I can move a king into that. Okay, and so on. I can just keep playing this game, moving cards around here. I was hoping that I could get free up an ace. Let's see, so we can move that. Notice 10 on top of jack. That's okay, because that allows me to make this move. And back and forth we can go. Still haven't managed to free up an ace. Probably somebody watching this can see that. Can see a way to do that. And by the way, in this game, a lot of times you'll find that you'll quickly run out of possible moves that you can make. And as with any solitaire game, that's the end of the game. And so then we have to deal. Here's an ace. So we've got a couple of things here. So aces can be moved up here. It would be nice if I could free up this. It'd be nice if I could free up that 2. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah. I'll get rid of that guy over there. Not immediately clear how I can free up that 3. But in any case, if I could, I would like to move this 2 onto there, which is not allowed. And so what you're allowed to do. So all your game does is check to verify that the rules can be done. And what we've provided is we've provided a project which has all the functions, and each function just has filler in it. It does have comments and things like that of all the various functions that you need to write. And you can see there really aren't that many. However, I should caution you that okay, so the init is not all that hard to do, but that's probably number 1 that you do. Probably the second one you'll want to do is display the game. This one is messy. Watch out for it. That one will take a stupid amount of time. And what I suggest here is that we expect the columns, just like in that World of Solitaire game, to be the cards lined up in columns like that. While you're developing the game, it's actually easier to do your columns horizontally. And so make something quick and simple that works. Horizontal is real easy. So do the simple one first, and then work on the rest of the project. Winning is actually pretty easy. So these guys end up being where all the work is. It turns out in this particular game of solitaire that the valid move is simple. In fact, I did it in one line, one return statement. And so now you're down to really working on these 2 functions. And so tableau, moving cards from one column of the tableau to another. Foundation, moving something from the foundation into the tableau. What makes the move 1 hard or messy is that you move stuff from one column to another column that you specify, and then you can move multiple cards. And the multiple cards part is it's not rocket science, but it is it is a little messy. Now let me show you one thing here that I hope will help you out in terms of debugging. So what I've done here is I've started the game, and because I have it, I have these. I have the this is done by column, so it looks just like that World of Solitaire. But what I want to show you is something that I find many students don't think of. I'm going to quit the game, right? And what I can do is, suppose I want to test a particular move. Like right now, there aren't any moves that I could make just working with the bottom cards. So it might be nice, for example, if I had something like the a 4 of hearts that I can move on, move on to say this 3 of hearts. So it might be nice if I could, there's a 3 of hearts there. How about if I just change this card to a 4 of hearts, and then I would be able to move it? How might I do that? Well, one thing I can do is, I'm in the shell here, and I started the game because now I've got a whole tableau and everything else, and let's just create a new card. Now we can see by looking in the cards class that rank is followed by suit, and I wanted to do hearts, and so there it is. The 3 is the hearts. So to do this, that means I have a rank of 4, and this will be hearts. Let's see how I did. Okay, so I have a 4 of hearts. And what I'm going to do is, I would like to put that 4 of hearts on the end of this column. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to change that card to be the 4 of hearts. Now this is in my tableau, and although in the game these are numbered columns 1, 2, 3, and 4, internally I have it set up so this is actually tableau column 2, and this would be the last card in it. So I am going to take tableau, and this is column 2, and the last card in it, I'm going to assign it to be card. Now if I say display game, is that what we call it? Display game, yep. With a tableau and a foundation. We see that I succeeded in changing this card, which was a king of something before, into a 4 of hearts. And now I can test things out, and I can say something like, let's see, tableau move. That function gets the tableau, and I want to move from column 0, 1. So I'll move from column 1 to column 2, and I'm just going to move 1 card. All right, and it succeeded. Now I can display the game, and you can see that in fact I did the move. And so that allows me to check that I could test it out. So if you have special circumstances that you want to test out, oh, I want to have an ace. Let me see whether I can move an ace to the foundation or something like that. You can change you can actually use assignment. You can create a card and change the various data structures that you have in your game. Hopefully that'll help you out a little bit. Good luck with it.